Now to the latest developments on our other top story tonight, a Cleveland police officer killed in the line of duty. 27-year-old officer Jamieson Ritter was shot to death while on patrol overnight on Cleveland's east side. Here's what we know tonight about the investigation. We expect to hear soon from Cleveland police about the life and career of Officer Ritter and when memorial services will take place. And we're learning more about the gunman tonight who police quickly arrested after Officer Ritter was shot. But for now, the healing process for the Cleveland police force in the city of Cleveland has just begun.
We just ask the residents of Cleveland to pray for this family, pray for the men and women of our police department, especially as we celebrate this 4th of July holiday.
They risk their lives, they risk everything they have to protect the community.
27-year-old Jamieson Ritter died protecting Cleveland. With 4 years of service, some spanning at one point to the Middle East, all taken away in just moments after officers tried to arrest this man, already accused of shooting his grandma and wanted for felonious assault.
We had information that this was potentially a violent felon that was wanted, so we had multiple officers on scene at this incident.
Police have identified the accused cop killer as 24-year-old Delonte Hardy, now charged with aggravated murder. Those tense moments all playing out here in the 1500 block of East 80th Street, an area just east of Cleveland where neighbors say is usually quiet.
It was just like that, boom, 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 that was it.
Police tried to serve a warrant and arrest Hardy for another shooting. They say he tried to run from them and jumped on a bicycle. Hardy then opened fire in their direction, hitting Ritter. Officers from every district rushing to the scene, but Ritter died from his injuries, leaving behind a heartbroken family and community.
I can't even begin to express how they feel. It's absolutely devastating. You know, how do you hear this and know this? There's nothing that I can say to them that's going to make it better, but I can tell you that we will 100% be there for them and support them.
Hardy is expected to be in court tomorrow, and police are working to coordinate services with Ritter's family. Cleveland Council President Blain Griffin stopped by our studios today, sharing with our Russ Mitchell his reaction to Officer Ritter's death and the continued perception of Cleveland being a violent city.
A lot of the suspects and the victims in a lot of these cases don't always live in the city of Cleveland. You know, everybody looks at, is Cleveland a violent city? Well, I could tell you that, you know, it wasn't some people that were living in that neighborhood. The people that live in that neighborhood, and most of the people that live in Cleveland are good citizens that do the right thing every day. My prayers go out to the family. These unfortunate incidents really bring a community together. The unfortunate circumstance of this shooting, but everybody is grieving for this family.
Griffin says for city officials, this is like losing a family member, and he encourages anyone who sees a police officer in the coming days to please thank them for their service. The tragedy reminds us of other fallen police officers recently. Cleveland police officer Shane Bardick was shot and killed on New Year's Eve 2021 during a carjacking. And in September of 2020, Cleveland police detective James Skirnovitz was killed in an undercover drug operation. And of course, just this past May, Euclid police officer Jacob Durbin lost his life when he was shot during a domestic violence incident. And we want to remind you all of our continuing coverage of fallen Cleveland police officer Jamieson Ritter. We'll have the latest on air and online at WKYC.com and on the 3 News app as we learn more information about this developing story.